Dunbar has a very rich history. The school is 143 years old. We're starting our 144th year. And Dunbar has such a rich history that what we did in this particular building is we put markers all around the building of famous individuals who graduated from Dunbar. But more importantly, we left some empty markers. So when students come in, we told students that, do you see that empty marker on the floor? And they said yes. I said, that can be you one day. And they got very excited.
Dunbar's history was nationwide. There will always be people in the city who understand it. And I certainly hope for today's Dunbar kids it will be more inspiring than it is intimidating.
You know, I look back on the education that I got there. I look at the culture, the commitment on the part of the instructional staff there, and it really created an extraordinary foundation for so many of us who came out of Dunbar.
What was really tremendous about Dunbar was that anybody could go. Any and everybody did go to Dunbar, and by the time you came out of Dunbar, you wanted to go to college. You probably wouldn't have gone to Dunbar if you didn't want to go to college.
We wanted to make sure we showcase the history of the great alumni that have graduated from Dunbar. So much that we also created the museum in Dunbar, one of the few schools around the country that has actually a museum. Every time I come into the museum or read about some of the people who have worked at Dunbar or who graduated from Dunbar, I'm blown away because there's so many people who did so many great things.
To look back on this and see that 8 of the Dunbar graduates are on postage stamps, that's absolutely incredible. You probably have most high schools in America that don't have one person on a postage stamp. One high school with 8 of its graduates. That in and of itself is a phenomenal statement about the quality of the instruction, the teaching, and the quality of the people who went through that school.
Dunbar lived off of its reputation. Its old building is not what drew people to the old Dunbar. When they took down the old Dunbar, it was not in the best shape, and yet people went and got bricks. I think I have a brick from that Dunbar. It does seem to me when kids walk into this brand new state-of-the-art, environmentally rich building, it'll say something about who they are. And it can only bolster the aspiration that is a part of the old Dunbar.
I think that this building is not only appropriate, but more importantly, it allows children to really grow and develop, because then they can see what their ancestors have done, or those particular people who were here before them.
The history will always be there. You know, the important thing is to make sure people understand, you know, what that history was and what contribution it made to the growth and development of the students who've gone through that school.
Oh, it's home. It's beautiful, it's home. I love the building, but more importantly, I love what it will do for the children of DC, in particular our students here at Dunbar.